We also intend to have the uh, golf tournament, church services, and a range of other activities. And I must point out that recently the Ministry of Tourism and Entertainment launched what was called Jam Rock Summers. And it is 90 days, 90 ways, that's the tagline in terms of how you can enjoy Jamaica during the period of June to September, and that is primarily targeted at Jamaicans who live outside of Jamaica for them to spend their vacation time in Jamaica. As a matter of fact, the traffic of Jamaicans to Jamaica, where tourism is concerned, is about 11 to 15%. We're talking about a traffic of 2 million people and growing. And as part of the Jamrock Summer, the Diaspora Conference is being positioned as one of the marquee events. So people can come into the country at that particular point in time, participate in the conference, but at the same time have their vacation, spend it with family if they want, and explore the land of their birth. So I think that there's a number of things that are taking place, and this particular mapping exercise is an important step. And whilst we were in the United Kingdom, we were able to pick up a very positive endorsement from one of our sporting icon, Merlene Otti. Now, yes, she has acquired other citizenship, but that's not really a problem for Jamaica because she has not in any way denounced her Jamaicanness. And the Constitution of Jamaica allows you to have dual citizenship, right? As I always say to the members of the diaspora that I speak to. So feel free, those of you who are permanent residents here, to become American citizens because it's not going to affect your Jamaican citizenship. We're not going to take that away from you. And in addition to that, I always encourage, and Erwin, the article said that you weren't going to get into the voting debate, right? But I would encourage you to vote here. Vote where you live. It's important, right, to become engaged there. And that is very important because some of the issues that arise, they are matters that can be dealt with at the local level. And we have seen some of these issues in the case of the United Kingdom. There was the advanced passenger duty, where a differential rate of tax was being applied to countries in the Caribbean that was causing the airfare to get to the Caribbean to be higher than coming to, say, mainland United States or even going to Hawaii. And because of the advocacy of Jamaicans and other members of the diaspora, we have seen a rollback of that particular duty that has caused the fares now to come more aligned with the United States. And that's an important victory for the region that was spurred by the members of the diaspora and, yes, support from the diplomacy in the host country or the capital, because what it means now is that persons who would have been dissuaded from traveling to Jamaica because of the fear or from traveling to the Caribbean because of the fear are now able to book their tickets. So that had significant implications. And I think I've cited this already, but I think it's worthy of repeating, again using the UK as an example. The attempt to remove Mary C. Cole from the curriculum there. And for those of you who are aware, Mary C. Cole is a Jamaican. And she is one of the first line of superb nurses that we have had. She went to the Crimea and offered medical attention to British soldiers who were wounded. And unlike her counterpart, Nightingale, she was in the pitch of the battle. She was on the front lines. and she spent her own money, set up her own hospital, but they wanted to remove her from the curriculum. And again, because of the advocacy of members of the diaspora, because of the representation made by diplomats on our side, they were able to retain her on the curriculum of the United Kingdom. And more importantly, a statue is going to be erected at a prominent hospital in the UK in honor of Mary Seacole, right? So it demonstrates that if we are engaged and if we become active, then the possibilities are boundless. And I want to say to persons here that the information that you will give will be kept in the strictest of confidence. What it will allow us to do is that it will, no, I hear the chuckle, but that's why I make sure to say it, right? Because we're at cynical people, and I hear the chuckle. But the truth is, we now live in a culture where people are on Facebook, people are on LinkedIn, people are on Instagram, people are on Twitter, right? And their entire life story is hanging out, right? So if you can go on Twitter and any of them, you can sign up on the Jamaican mapping thing, because rest assured, your privacy is more well kept than on Twitter, Facebook, and whatever, right? But seriously, I am saying that, look, we all have to, in my view, put our skin in the game. If you don't have your skin in the game, then really you don't have a chance to succeed. You can't stay on the sideline and succeed. We have to become engaged, and we have to be organized in order to be successful. And what this project does, it allows as many of us as possible to put our skin in the game in an organized manner. Now, I don't know if any of you had the time to watch the Commonwealth Games. I really didn't have the time to watch it, right? But there were at least 3 instances where Jamaicans won 1, 2, 3. They came first, second, and third. And I'm only using that example because sometimes we have a tendency to think that our prowess is music and sports alone. And that is not true. That's the furthest thing from the truth. And I want to say that in any area of life that you can think about, whether historically or presently, that Jamaica has been at the forefront of the most progressive movements that you can find anywhere in the world. And I can go, Marcus Garvey is one of them, right? But when you talk about the liberation of Central and Latin America, Simon Bolivar took his inspiration from Kingston, Jamaica. That's why we have a statue of him just opposite Euro Circle. That's why every year at a certain point in time, Colombia, Venezuela, come there to pay homage to that point. That is why Venezuela built the Bolivar Center in downtown Kingston. And if you want to talk about the liberation of black people, right? Haiti, thank you. You're with me, my dear. A slave from Jamaica, Bookman, Dotty, or Dotty Bookman, whichever you want to call him, right? Led that movement. So I'm saying to us that it is time for us. No, nothing has happened. Nothing has happened, but I'm saying to us that we now need to accelerate the movement in terms of our growth and development. That is the point I'm making. So let's not miss the point. We have to accelerate it, and part of it is ensuring that we work as a team as best as we can and look at the national project and look at the issue of development as we progress. I made the point last night, that is my final point, and then I'll take my seat. Fortunately, and I consider myself fortunate, I'm a post-independence person, right? And I must tell you that I am very pleased that I was born post-independence. And at 52, I think if it is even in terms of our political independence, we have a lot to be proud of as a nation. What we have to do now, without doubt, is to get the economic side of it on par with the political side of it. Jamaicans working together can get that done. The numbers are there in terms of the size of the population. The intellectual capital is there, both in Jamaica and outside Jamaica. And I would want to say to you that we are now providing a tool that can assist in bringing both sides together, and we just have to decide to work together in order to realize the success that we all desire. And it is my view that the diaspora and those of us who remain in Jamaica, if we work meaningfully together, we can see the transformation of the country. On the 5th of August, and Erwin was there to see it with his eyes, the Prime Minister officially opened segment 2 of the North-South Highway. By the time we get to January 2016, a journey that usually takes an hour and 30 minutes will take you about 15 minutes. Well, if you're traveling at a safe pace, right? A safe pace, and it's important. It's very important. In this very country, I think President Eisenhower understood the importance of developing infrastructure, particularly in terms of the interstate system. It opened up the country for much of what is happening today. And I'm saying that with that happening, there are opportunities that are becoming available. My desire is for as many Jamaicans to take full advantage of those opportunities that are coming by recognizing that there are these prospects that are available and putting themselves in a position to take advantage of them as best as is possible. And with that said, I am just going to invite for us to just view this brief audiovisual presentation on the project. And if there are any questions, I am more than prepared to accept those questions as soon as it is finished. Thank you.